Okay, here we go. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, uh, today is the first day of January. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Um, and announce a few changes that are going to go on here. I know I'm hesitating. I'm hesitating because I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do or not. But if you're on YouTube, you know I went to Parlor. And if you're on Parlor, you know that I'm on YouTube. I mean, I get way lots of views on Parlor, and I get nothing on YouTube. So, which it doesn't matter. But what there are going to be some changes. We're going to be a little more candid um, on this channel that goes to Parlor, but also goes through YouTube. So, and I think we're going to go to Patreon. If we do, the reasoning is to get into some kind of a media that won't throttle you back and won't delete your videos like YouTube has deleted mine in the past. So we can get down to the brass tacks. We can cover the things that need to be covered and talk about the things that need to be talked about, and still show you what we're doing. But that way I can give you the validity behind why we're doing what we're doing. So, in current news, the District of Columbia, which is not a state yet, I think the new administration wants to make it a state along with Puerto Rico. But they just passed a law that they can vaccinate your children without your consent or your knowledge. And I'm sure the wording in that is so that they can get around doing anything they want to do without your consent or knowledge. So here we go. There's a whole bunch of administration changes that are going to be made in the next 3 weeks. And one of the things that's going to change is the ideology, the political ideology. So what's going to happen is, the pandemic has caused the shutdown of a lot of small businesses, and a lot of them are going out of business. They're either already out of business or they're going to be going out of business because that's the plan. If they can get rid of small business, they feel like they can, control, or they are in the control of, the big businesses and the big banks and big finance. So, the problem with that is that 70% of all employment is in small business. 70% of the GDP is small business. So they're going to try to put all the small businesses out of business. So I figure for a New Year's resolution this year that Barb and I will start up a new small business. And that's not the reason. I mean, it's a good talking point. And I could say that we want to go against the tide or whatever. But taxes are going to increase. I've explained before in videos that our property taxes have doubled in the last year, and ever since this pandemic stuff. And the fact of the matter is, you ain't seen nothing yet. So, and that's what we're trying to address, both with the Homestead project of putting up a guest house, and the off-grid nature of the homestead, um, and also with a certain amount of I don't know how to put this, and not have it censored by YouTube, um, or Parler or whoever. But as it stands, the videos have to go through YouTube to get onto Parler. In other words, you look at my post on Parler, you click on it, and it goes right to YouTube. So, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying anything derogatory yet. And that's why we would go to Patreon. Is just it's not for the money. I mean, yeah, money's nice, but would just have one tier, a $1 a month tier. That's it. No, no successively higher levels or anything like that. And would give some stuff away. There are a lot of rules on Patreon about giving stuff away. Um, but I think we can figure something out, and I'm not sure we're going to do that yet. But either way, it doesn't matter. It'll end up on YouTube and Parler too, because um, part of part of the business that we're going to be doing, we have to promote, and in order to promote it, um, we're going to have to give stuff away. So, and it'll be all ecologically friendly stuff. In other words, we have a lot of storm damage. So, and at last count, I counted 8,000 board feet of stuff that's down. Now that's southern yellow pine, and it's spalted southern yellow pine because the beetles have gotten into it over the years. And that's why the stuff was blown down, because the root system was weak. So, we want to do that. We want to incorporate that into promoting this new business that we're going to start. So I just want to give you a heads up, and that was a long heads up. The real purpose of this video was to wish you all a happy new year. And we're headed into trying times, and you're going to need all the help you can get. We all are. So, we're going to continue on with what we've been doing, with clearing the driveway and getting a new parking area set up so that we can build the guest house right there in the front of the property. You just drive in and you're right there, instead of having to walk. I think it's about 400 yards now, into where the cabin is. So we're going to do that. Plus, we're going to expand and improve on our solar system, and go over all the stuff about that, because the new agenda is going to be for green energy and all that kind of stuff. And who better to watch than us? I mean, we've been doing it for years. So, and it's not like all these people think. You see that it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter who the politicians are. Everything is controlled by the World Economic Forum, and the Committee on Foreign Relations. And I know nobody ever talks about that. But that's where all the control always has been, since World War I, for the United States, anyway. So, you know, they're behind the scenes, but they're pulling all the strings. I mean, how you, why all this Black Lives Matter stuff and this Antifa stuff automatically stop because the election's over? No, their funding dried up. Their funding dried up. They didn't do that stuff on a whim. They were paid. And I think you realize that. But, you know, things are going to be a little more controversial on this channel. So, anyway, I don't want to elongate all this stuff. And I really do hope that you guys have a happy New Year. All right, so that's all I got for this time. So until next time, toodaloo.